Matthew, can you tell me briefly about what your company does?
Sure, thank you. We are a global distributor of electronic components. The company was founded in 1968 by Robert Miller. We are a privately held company, and we operate basically in 44 countries across the globe with over 160 locations. And those locations are supported by field salespeople and field application engineers. We're actively supporting customers that are trying to get to market, trying to get their products off the ground in an IoT environment. So we interface with manufacturers. We represent our manufacturers, which is hundreds and hundreds of franchise lines that we help the customers navigate through. Our team of experts are there really to help the customers with that product selection, but even more specifically at a technical level, help them with software, help them with overall design system support. And then ultimately, as the customer wants to migrate and connect these devices and collect, record, manage data, we interact with some of our service partners like scriptr, which help us and help our customers build out the IoT ecosystem and get their products to market.
I mean, you mentioned scriptr. How do you work with them? Can you just tell me a bit more about that?
Future, being a component company, a distributor of electronic components, really had very little knowledge when it came to some of these platform partners. We kind of connected with a consultant. That consultant introduced us to scriptr and really recommended them to help us get up to speed in terms of the platform support. We evaluated them. We liked the fact that they were, kind of small and nimble. We got along real well with their team in terms of just the interaction and in terms of, frankly, learning, having them be flexible with us, learning about, the side of the business that really was not our forte. And the team was super supportive in terms of that. And as a result, fast forward to today, we in effect Future and scriptr have a partnership. We act as the introducer of opportunities, and literally we have tens of thousands of customers that we interact with on the component level. Every one of them, in theory, is a potential opportunity for IoT. Many of them are thinking of connecting. Many of them are connecting or trying to connect, and many of them already are connected. They're all connected, but yet they need somebody to help them with the data that they're logging, that they're capturing, that they're managing, and that's where we act as the introducer to scriptr. We introduce our customers once qualified. We introduce them to scriptr, and scriptr basically builds out a proposal for our customers, and as it progresses and works well for them, they implement the platform. And we're happy because we have an expert that we can deal with that help us on the platform side, and we manage what is our core competency, which is the development, and support of the electronics of the system, and manage the material, the physical product.
What would you say is the top IoT market challenge you're currently facing?
It's still a relatively a new space. There's a lot of challenges in terms of which partners to choose and why to choose them. And part of the challenge is making sure that as a customer of ours develops a solution, develops a product, that product can very freely, easily connect, record, collect, manage that data. Sounds a lot easier than it is. And I think customers range from looking at that out-of-box experience. So they just want something that connects and works, but they pay for that. And then there's the other customers that want to build ground up. And clearly the big challenge there is just time to market, right? We like to use the terminology make versus buy. The make takes long, costs less. The buy, you can get to market quicker, but your price point is a lot higher because somebody's building that for you.
You mentioned it's challenging to find a partner in this field. Why do you think that is?
I think a couple of reasons. Number one, for us, like I said earlier, it's somewhat of a new venture for us, so we're learning. and there's many of them out there, and you have to in some ways take a leap of faith in terms of trust that these people, that these partners are going to be able to support our customers effectively. I mean, the last thing that we want to do is introduce a partner to one of our key customers and have them mess up a solution or delay a solution. I mean, because in effect, whether we're not providing we're introducing, we're not really providing the support, but we're still the face of the customer or face to the customer. So it's very challenging for us, and really, we take a leap of faith in terms of finding the right partner and making sure that they can provide the right and effective support for our customers. And like I said, there's literally hundreds and hundreds of partners out there. So number one, we want to make sure that they're connected to some of the big box guys out there. So like AWS, Azure, Microsoft Azure, IBM, Watson, that's important for us. And that proved to be a good thing for us with scriptr. We obviously want to make sure that they're nimble and flexible. We want to make sure that they have the right resources to support our customers. We want to make sure that they collaborate well with us, right? Because we are providing, our crown jewels are our customers. We hand them over to a partner. We want to make sure that they're, in effect, supporting them in the right way.
And what's the greatest thing about working with scriptr? You mentioned flexibility, but is there anything else?
I mean, the initial feedback technically from our experts, our field application engineers, so the guys that are interfacing with the customers, has been very positive. Their platform is easy to use, easy to onboard. We want to leverage the scriptr relationship to help our customers ultimately, but we also still want to sell electronic components because that's what we're the best at doing. But if we can use, hundreds and hundreds of salespeople to show development kits with scriptr's platform running on it as a demo, we think that's a great lead-in to be able to drive scriptr opportunities. And frankly, again, to my earlier point, help us sell more electronic components, which really is what we want to do, right? And again, we want to provide our customers with the best service, the best support, whether it's technical product pricing, partnerships, things like that. And ultimately, we think a lot about where the long-term play is for the business.
Okay, and you mentioned trust. What makes this collaboration work?
Sometimes it's just the feel of the personalities that we deal with. I think that the ability to get them integrated with our customers has really been an easy process. And scriptr, they're right on track. I mean, they're not going to commit to something that they can't do, and I think that's an important factor for us.
And looking ahead into the future, say the next 5 to 10 years, what's your top IoT prediction?
And it's like a dichotomy. It's going to get more complex, but yet it'll probably also get simpler. Simpler in the sense that I think you're going to see more of a reliance or dependence on the platform, right? So, we have this, even in our business today, as an example with cellular. So we represent a lot of cellular module companies. We also have some partnerships with some companies that provide the SIM card and the data. So here you have the hardware, and then you have the connectivity piece, right? But many of them are now saying, let's bundle that, and let's not even sell the hardware, let's sell the service. And that's a big change for our business, right? That's something that's saying the electronic components, when you try and sell individual components and you're working with purchasing people on the price points of each of these, now you're saying, hey, here's products, let me charge you a monthly for the service. Let me charge you, over an annual contract for the service. So similar to like your cell phones. That is not a far stretch for our business as well, where you're providing the electronic components, but yet you're charging them with monthlies to manage the service. So I think we're still a bit away from that, but that gap is closing in. And I think that's probably one prediction that will continue to close in and will continue to kind of define itself over the coming years, I should plan.
Okay, well, interesting times ahead, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Thanks for talking to us, Mathew.
No problem, my pleasure.